G'day friends and fans, welcome to Dave Talk Stuff. The Insidious Truth About collective shout. It's market manipulation. Remember folks, they don't want you to produce porn. But if their friends produce porn, particularly OnlyFans, it's okay. Oh, remember that. They have locked their accounts, sort of, but you can see the chief, Karen, Melinda, is an author of 7 books, with number 8 on the way. She profits off being a professional agitator. Nothing new. This is Running with Scissors, makers of Postal 2 and other Postal games. And as you can see, same problem, different times. Yeah, the butthole. Where's the butthole? There you go. If you know, you know. But look at the list of campaigns. Sex dolls, perfume, Temu, going after financial groups to make them dump shares. When you dump shares, somebody buys those cheap. Shutting down tourism sites, shutting down people's businesses. They're putting people out of work. They are going after advertisers. They are bullying people. They are trying to profit of and exploit sexual abuse in order. And I've just said before, you know how I said they weren't going after OnlyFans? This is a misdirect. They're not going after OnlyFans. They're going after the money to investigate OnlyFans. Right? That's fair enough. It looks like on the surface they're going after OnlyFans. Only this is just about money. They did nothing. See, 23. They just fundraised on the promise of an investigation into prostitution, child exploitation. They just exploit situations in order to make money and then do nothing. Because really what they did was go after OnlyFans, insufficient verification, and they shut down other websites. And they call it investigation and holding them accountable. Yeah. I forgot. This site is garbage. It's not very well set up. All right. So it's growing. More and more people are waking up to Visa, MasterCard, and activist groups because, as you see, Collective Shout is just a group within a large organization of professional Karens, professional bullies. They are trying to censorship anime. And why? Because they're adding to the broadcaster's woes, forcing you to hire these people to approve content, increasing the control over. Many anime are being censored by bullies who use the government to even get bans in certain countries. And who's behind it? Ta-da! China. Yeah. Rumner, half remake was cancelled because of censorship. And others, all because of censorship. And it's China is pushing for all this censorship. And of course, see Walt Disney in the pocket of China, quietly editing and making things acceptable. See, folks, censorship and market manipulation is a failure of the market. Okay, this is about control, selective control, the politics of censorship. Governments have been warned time and time again to stop listening to the activists, that they are tools of censorship for the CCP. And it harms the economy. You have hindered innovation, you have extra costs, reduced transparency, limited economic growth, market inefficiencies by hiring all these Karens, such as Collective Shout, Sweet Baby Inc. You saw what happens when you hire these groups. Censorship, erodes the democratic institutions and the long-term economic stability. Look at all the game studios that have been shut down because of the Karens. I think they're being hacked, or I've been IP blocked. We know that Collective Shout are not just going after anime, they're going after video games. Remember, they're making women in video games ugly. They're reducing breast size because it's artificial. It's not body positive. And they're going for equality, where you get girl bosses after girl boss after girl boss. There are times when a girl boss works, Stellar Blade, but it's built into the story and it's not a in-your-face, man-hating shrew. But censorship is very insidious. Trust, stability, the loss of revenue for businesses. This is all about a group of elderly women robbing you and manipulating you using protection of children as a shield for their selfish, greedy narcissism. They are full of envy and hatred. And you know. If you don't, there's no convincing you. But they are hiding. But they are losing followers, which is good. They are hiding their tweets. But they are going after more websites. They claim to be a grassroots campaign. They are not. They are not grassroots. They are not organic. And they are not right-wing. They are fanatics. They claim to be against the objectification and sexualization of girls in media, blah, 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 popular culture. But they are selective in their actions and activities. the financial institutions are in violation of the law. Well, that's why Japan's going after them. Sponsored by Visa, Pride event. Oh, that's right. It's not women or girls, so it's not bad. See, their morality is twisted beyond belief. And they're not even Japanese, so... They are going after Visa on the hotlines. Now, what's this one? Reposted. Let's see what news is here that I missed yesterday. This guy involved in censorship is losing support by the hundreds of thousands. And Japanese proportional representation may see some Liberal Democrats still in office, but less of them. So even if he wins, he still loses. Here, blocked in replies. Yeah, claiming their wins, going after people, claiming they're committing atrocities. They are lunatics. They make false accusations because there's no recourse. The law won't touch collective shout. They're protected, and that is wrong on a fundamental level. That is wrong. Because they're manipulating the market, and that on a fundamental is a crime. Why are they allowed to get away with market manipulation? They're artificially causing damage to the share price of companies. They're damaging the bottom line. They are committed to extortion. But politicians won't touch this, so the companies can't go to the courts. Because the lawyers won't touch this. The judges won't touch it. And when you have the law refusing to do its job, and when you have big institutions that won't go after Visa and MasterCard for market manipulation, deciding who you could buy with and what you could buy, that funnels people into what makes them the most amount of money, and that is OnlyFans. So yes, Collective Shout went after OnlyFans, but what did they do? Force them to use Visa and MasterCard's age verification, adding an extra layer of bureaucracy and cost. Ultimately, Collective Shout are nothing but useful idiots of China, but they are still should be able to be held to account for their crimes. But they're not. So we have to make our voices heard, and we have to break up. We have to Federal Trade Commission. It's not just overreach, it's hypocrisy. These activist groups do not speak for everybody. You can't just walk away. They have you financially locked into a system where Visa and MasterCard control your credit. You go to most banks, it's Visa or MasterCard. And what, you're going to go to Union Pay? That's controlled by China, which is already even worse censorship than MasterCard and Visa. Is it Union Pay? I think it's owned by China. There's no option. They're not fully transparent about their rationale on their decisions. And they're going after legal entertainment. There are no children being harmed or involved in the making of this material. But they're claiming objectification. There's no law. And they are bypassing the process of law and transparency. That's not democratic. They're just going after what they deem problematic, which is very selective. but it's global. Collective Shout is just one of many. And the biggest is China, which is why so many won't touch this stinking pile of pustule, pathetic grifters known as activists. This is just a big step in the war against censorship. So please share the video. Get this out there. Get the petition out there. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please support the channel. You can support the channel through Patreon. Oh, yes, Patreon heavily censors me, folks. I know it. But I tried Subscribestar. Shut me off, bro. They shut me off. I've tried to talk to people about this. Nobody wants to. If you're going to do nothing to help me, how are you going to help yourself? Are you going to wait for it to become your problem before you rise up? Because my books will be next. They've already taken my Patreon. My books will be next. I can't make a living anymore because of Collective Shout and others like Collective Shout. Because of the censorship, because of the algorithms and the recommendations of videos and the pathetic way that YouTube pushes other people's videos ahead of mine, always. Facebook, I'm lucky to get 2 people seeing one of my Facebook posts. That's how widespread censorship is. This is about the global censorship. That the free flow of information, there's no free flow of information. But because so many benefit off censorship, it is so hard to crack. But the more companies they take down, the closer it gets to the point where you no longer have any freedoms and there's nobody to fight for you because nobody cares about you, because when it came for you to care, you did nothing. Bye for now.